If you watched my last video on what type of people you need to have in your network, you're probably wondering, well, that's all well and good, Ray, but where do I find these people? Hi, I'm Ray Abram, and if you're new to me, I'm a connection coach. I show entrepreneurs how to be more known, liked, and trusted by their ideal customer. And in this video, I'm going to kind of walk you down the path of where do you find these ideal customers after you've identified them. So if you've done the previous exercises when you've categorized, you figured out what categories of people you need, and you've done the work on the personas, this next exercise is going to be a lot easier for you. So it's all about really finding where those folks are. And I know right now we're in the pandemic. If you're watching this in in early 2021. We're still all in the house, but it gives us some opportunities, and sometimes even better opportunities, to meet people virtually. One of I think the blessings of this quarantine has been it actually expanded our reach. Where before we were limited to our geography somewhat, unless you had a private jet like a Tony Robbins or Grant Cardone, you were pretty much limited to your city or maybe to the state, unless it was a special trip when you would go to a convention or conference. But on your day-to-day, it was pretty difficult to meet people outside of your geographic area. But now with the internet and with virtual meetings, you can really meet people and have conduct conversations or attend even networking events virtually. And while they have been happening, I guess, for several years, maybe even a decade, they really became part of the norm, or the new norm, as people say, here in the last 12 months. And so, let's take advantage of that. It does require some new behaviors. One of those new behaviors is really looking for groups of your ideal customers. The people that you've identified in your categories and your personas are, chances are they like the same things. And so it can be as simple as looking for the National Association of blank, in blank being, your type of ideal customer. Again, if you're, ideal person that you're looking to have in your network or contractors, where do they meet? What Reddits, and Reddit is sometimes, I think, an underused platform for finding information. When you think about Reddit, it has these things called subreddits, where people of certain affinities, people who like certain things, are going to congregate and ask questions and share information. And so it's opportunities for you to go in and start to build those relationships. LinkedIn is more than just a place to post your resume. Most people think of LinkedIn as just a place where, you have to have an account. You post your resume and you just wait for someone to call you, or you flip the pro switch on when you're looking for a job. That's not the best way to use it. Think about all the connections you have and all the connections that they have. So it's a great way just to set up conversations, reach out to these folks. And again, if you don't take anything else away from me, networking is not about transactions. Networking is about building relationships. So now that you've decided the type of people you want to have a relationship with, you can use the search function on LinkedIn to find these people based on what school they went to, what they do for a living. Sometimes you can even find the things that they like to do. They have their own groups that they're members of. They self-report what activities that they're fond of. Maybe it's a sports team or a certain city that they're from. They'll put all this information in there, and you can search for all of that. Find these people, reach out to them, and build a relationship. Send an email every so often, because once someone becomes friends with you or they connect with you, then quite often, most often, you'll have their email address. Build a relationship with these people, and also feel free, if there's somebody that you're not connected to, that they are connected to, ask for an introduction. That's a very underused feature of LinkedIn is getting introduced to someone. I can't think of the last time someone asked me via LinkedIn to pass my information on or connect me to someone that they knew well. So that's a great way to do it. Facebook groups, obviously, just by their very nature, are great sources. Again, you can search for people who are inside your ideal group. If your ideal target market is soccer moms or parasailers, whatever it is, there is a group for that. Join those groups, become a member, but don't just become a member. And just like I was talking about with LinkedIn, don't just become a member and lurk. Be an active member. Ask questions, answer questions, build relationships, become friends with folks outside of the group. So now you start to build those relationships again with your ideal clients or people who can refer you to your ideal clients. So what I do sometimes as well is I reverse engineer. So going back to our personas, if there's someone that you need to meet, maybe you want to meet some billionaires, right? And that's okay. As a goal, as part of your relationship plan, I want to have a billionaire in my phone contact list this year. Well, who does that billionaire know? And quite often you can reverse engineer meeting that person or building a relationship with them based on building a relationship with the people that they already know, like, and trust. So it's a matter of, finding out, who do you want to know? Where are they? And in the next segment, we're going to talk about, how do you be the type of person that someone wants to become friends with or become connected with? Because that's going to be that third key piece of it, not just knowing who you want to know, meeting them, but now you have to also show up as a type of person that they would want to connect with. So stay tuned for the next video. We're going to talk about, how do you brand yourself as someone that everybody wants to know.